Hello, community! I received some question. Hey, what about Q star? What is after Q star? Where can I discover Q star squared? Easy. I show you today. You have publications, and before they are published, or before here, I show you here the ICLR 2024 conference submission. You are a research group and you submit your research insights, your new code, your new AI ideas here to an international conference. Great. And I take here the case of openreview.net, and we look here at a specific topic. I currently prepare here for LoRa fine-tuning, the best way that you can fine-tune LoRa. So I look here at upcoming publications in 2024. And what we have, easy, we have here a publication. And as you can see, it is under review as a conference paper for the conference. And we have some anonymous author because this is under a double-blind review. Beautiful. So you have here a complete preprint in arxiv where they explain here exactly what they did. What's really nice, you see now more and more that you have here a visual guide, and then you have some mathematical details. This helps any reviewer a lot of. So if you write a paper, please do not forget to insert some visuals. Beautiful. And then you are evaluated. And as you can see here for this conference here, we look here at submission number 4944. So you have an abstract, you have the code of ethics, you have the submission guidelines. I certify, yes, yes, yes. And then let's have a look here at the comments that the evaluators of your work do. For example, here, I look here just at the public comments because we are here at open source, nothing, no private data revealed. So there you have a comment. Hey, after carefully reading your article, I think you missed an article relating here to your topic because we already have done something similar. So please cite also our article. So this is good standard. If you have a colleague that says, hey, I was in a similar topic, could you please cite my article? Of course, you do this. So you go there, proceedings here, and you find out, for example, here, this is fine-tuning, transferring multi-modal foundation model with optimal multitask interpolation. And maybe you have never heard of this, because every week we have close to 600 new AI publications. And you only read about 1 or 2 or 3 topics a week. That is here brought up to the attention of the media. But if you're in research, this is not enough. So, but let's have a look here. And then here, let's take here this official review of this particular submission, 4944, by an reviewer, anonymous, encoded. Modified November 23, 2023. Great. So now here you see how is it summarized. Yes. Soundness good, presentation fair, contribution fair, and then you have this typical strength and weakness questions. So here, what is good in the paper, and for example, author motivates the need of a mixture of LoRa for the vision domain, but it is not clear if it is also required for the NLP domain as well or not. And for the NLP domain, the evaluation is done only for the classification task and not for the generative task like summarization or translation. Question, did the author also conduct experiment here on the task of machine translation or here generation of new task? And then you have a rating. For example, here 6, marginally above the accepted threshold, and the confidence. And this reviewer here said, hey, I'm at level 4. This means you're confident in your assessment, but you're absolutely not certain. It is unlikely but not impossible that you as a reviewer did not understand some parts of the submission and that you are unfamiliar with some pieces of the related work. Now, if you look here at anywhere, let's have a look here, and then you have here the proof of the theorem. And if I'm a reviewer and I see this, I have about 5 to 7 hours for a complete proposal. So, for example, I cannot go now in the annex and look here at the proof of an annex to validate if the formula is right. So normally you cannot give a 100% certainty because it would take me days here to go really through each and every detail. So therefore, you have the power here to ask a question. And you ask question and you have this, and then the authors can reply to you. And the authors say, hey, thank you. We thank the reviewer for the suggestion. Regarding your first question, this is my answer. Validate our motivations. We conducted the following experiment. And they give you here a detailed answer. And if you have another reviewer, they come back and, hey, thank you for the insert suggestion regarding your question. Did the authors also conduct experiment or the task of machine summarization? And they say, hey, we conducted this, yes, here on our results. So this is now only here, it's maybe not part here of the official publication of the preprint, but you give here all the data for the evaluation. And then you get here the official comment by the reviewer says, hey, thanks for the detailed response of the queries. The results shown by experiment using MOL shows that the use case for the NLP domain as well. I'm increasing my scores. So it is a nice conversation and forward and backward here that you answer here all the questions the reviewer might have about your work. But let's take now, I don't know, another reviewer. He says, good, good, good. Strength, weaknesses, questions. And again, confidence 4, yes, yes, yes. And then they come back and they have here the possibility to answer here the question of the reviewer. We address the question point by point. It's always good to go step by step, not just for here prompting. So our motivation was grounded over there, there, and there we have the data for this. And we did train this, and here you have the data. And for your second question, and you see, this is the way it is done. And you have to go through this process. And as I showed you, this is something like a submission 5,000. So you see, there's an extreme filter by the community, by expert in the field. And if you see next time a paper, do not think it was just written up here at the lunch break, because there's a lot of work going into, especially conferences. Great. Now you can go through this and you have here this process going on and on and on. And you always see here then with openreview.net, really nice, here soundness, presentation, strength, weaknesses. For example, this reviewer said, hey, many details in the paper are unclear to this particular person, can be more clearly explained. Only the gated parameters were trained and the others were frozen. Does this mean the LoRa parameters were first individually trained and then kept frozen while the gating parameters were being trained? The current text implies that the LoRa parameters were never trained. So really in-depth question, and now I'm gonna tell you a secret. If this is, for example, here at openreview.net, when I look at those papers and I see that open review is available here by colleagues, I read also here their analysis, because you can learn a lot of, if there's a passage in the archive, in the publication, and you say, I don't get this. You know, the reviewer also, there's a high chance that they address this exactly question. And then you see here, you go identity confusion among multiple LoRa's and the arithmetic operation is rooted in yes, yes, yes. And then they give you here the question. Where is it? So here, the question I just asked here. And then the answer is, from the authors, your understanding is correct. The purpose of our paper is to explore a better way to merge here the LoRa candidates. The LoRa candidates to refer to the LoRa models that have been independently trained on different data sets for distinct purposes. So after obtaining those LoRa candidates, we then freeze the parameters of them and train the gating function to merge them. So there's a lot of deeper insight. And if you are really interested in some particular publication, there's a good chance, if they have been here at any conference, you can find here some deeper insights, or you just contact here the authors of the study and every scientist is happy. If you have really a specific question for the deeper understanding of their work, I'm sure they're going to help you and they will reply to you and they will provide you with further insights and explanation. So this goes on and on and on, and they shall tell you exactly. Normally, they have a lot of more data they did not put in the publication. If you only have 10 or 20 pages here, but there's an amount of data you cannot imagine if you have not been working in this particular topic. So you see, it goes on and on and on. And then they change here, whatever. Now, for example, here, rating, reject, not good enough. Continue rebuttal, 2 of 3, my goodness. Given the absent for the fusion, we introduced 2 state-of-the-art algorithms for multi-concept fusion that are not LoRa-based. Both of these algorithms focus on fine-tuning all parameters to achieve better result. So you see, this is really a valuable source of insight here. If you are looking for the next Q-star that you have no idea what it is, you're not going to believe it, but those global corporations, they also read research. They also go to conferences. They also notice that there are more than 600 new publications alone in the topic of artificial intelligence per week. And they look here in the inside what other researchers found around the globe in all the different universities and all the different research groups. And it is not that the researcher in the global corporation, that they come up 100% with their own ideas. They had never contact to any of their colleagues. They did not read any of the great publications. They are interwoven here into this information and data exchange here globally. So if you want to go there, if you want to be part of this system, you better get yourself familiar here with publication, with insights, how you can learn better. You can get more here strategic insights, or how to write simply publications so that you are here published, successfully published and participating here. For example, in the next ICLR 2024 conference, which would be great to see you over there.